though, you know, like paycheck comes in, you just pay the people. Because for me, it's like, hey, I'm going to make it out of this. But then the guy, I didn't have a good infrastructure for like paperwork, you know, a lot of that. So the guy was just like, hey, man, as soon as he passed the inspection with the builder, he's like, hey, man, I don't like your work. You're off the site. And, you know, so that was kind of literally just bankrupted me right there. And there's nothing I could have done about that. But it's fine because that's a huge learning experience from that. And, like, I walked away with that a better man. But what my issue is like, I started a business again within, you know, I licked my wounds. I kind of, you know, cried about it for a week, whatever. Like, it's okay to do that.
Of course, it is okay. It is okay.
But within 3 months, I had a new business and kind of, I went being the best versus being the biggest. So, like, right now we're doing bathroom renos, and I just want to be the best bathroom renovation company, like,
love that,
online or whatever.
I love that.
But the negative that I got out of it, once I start reflecting on it, is, like, I missed almost a year of my kid's life, you know? Because, like, looking at the pictures and stuff, like, on my phone, it's all work. So, like,
bro,
because I went, like, 80-20 family, 80 business, you know?
I don't know if you heard, there's no time machines.
I know. But so, like, my thing is right now, like, I love what you say is, like, I do believe personally I'm going to live to, like, 120. Like, I'm healthy. Like, I'm lucky. Again, I'm lucky. So I do feel like I'll miss the bus, you know? Like, won't hit me.
Yep.
But I think for the next, like, 12 to 15 years, like, me and my wife, who's a rock star, my wife, like, she's my person. And, like, literally, like, she's the one I'll die next to, you know? Like, whatever.
That's super nice. I love those couples where, like, the person, like, the one person dies at 92 and the next person dies 2 weeks, 4 weeks later. That's the funny shit.
It's so we have, like, this thing, like, let's focus on the family right now for the next, like, 12 to 15 years because I know that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I won't be able to get that stuff back.
Good. No, that's super smart.
I have that itch, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still have that itch of, like...
Misha, that makes sense. So audit everything else.
Wait, what do you mean?
What else do you do besides spend time with your family and work? And I'm being I'm being real. Like, meaning, do you watch TV?
I do, like, after 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock with my wife for an hour. You know,
okay, that's fair. And then what are you doing at 10 o'clock?
I crash.
Yeah. So, like, and what time do you wake up? It's okay. Like, let's play. This is not me. I'm trying to come from a love place. Let's break it down. Yeah. Like, break it down because I want to help.
I'll wake up at 6.
Tell me the truth. I need all real data because if you give me fake data, then we fucking wasted your time. Give me all real data. What time do you go to sleep? Tell me the fucking truth.
Like 11.
11. What time do you wake up?
5:36.
Okay,
I mean,
listen,
my son will wake up in the middle of the night, so I have to go in. Like, we live in a 1,000 square foot house. So
so you gotta go.
If I'm up, the house is up.
Okay, so now break it down. They wake up, then what happens? Like, what's your work day look like?
I will make breakfast with them, which I love. You know, like, so we kind of do all of that. We'll make breakfast, then I start running around the stores and getting the things that I need for the jobs, and get to work, and then, you know, I'll clock out mentally by like 4 o'clock because I do want to be home for dinner. I do want to be home to read the books to them. Like, I want to do all that.
So first of all, a couple things. Do you know how epic it is to be a world-class father and just be a solid businessman?
Yeah, that's I'm happy. That's the thing. Like, when I texted you the question, I'm like, I'm the happiest freaking person, like, in my life. But, like, there's that one, like, guy that just keeps poking me, and it's like the drive inside of me that, like, dude, go big.
Yeah, I mean, 4 o'clock is like the second or third, like, maybe halftime. Not even halftime for me. But I'm not going to have the father, you know, like, moments that you're going to have.
Yeah. Like, I'm excited for him to be like 5 or 6, and I get a plow truck, and we freaking start plowing, you know, together, and like doing all that stuff. Start teaching him to hustle.
It gets really good when they get older, bro. There's not. I mean, like, honestly, I admire you, and in a lot of ways envy you because we don't have unlimited time. You're right. There is no time machines. There's no going back to these moments. I think we have to stop judging ourselves. You know, you sound like a world-class father with a real healthy work-life balance, like a modern-day healthy work-life balance. I'm a workaholic that, you know, balances family and extremities of weekends and vacations. And as long as there's love overlaying both, real love, not bullshit love, not checking the box, then everyone's gonna win. And like that's just chemicals. Like there's a big part of me that wishes there was my DNA could clock out at 4 o'clock.
But I don't. That's the thing. Like it's literally like being a workaholic, though.
So
like,
listen, now you have to explain to me: are you doing that because you want to do that for your wife and for your parents or your friends to look at you and admire you that way, or are you doing it because you're doing it for yourself?
It's for myself because of
bro. You're making a choice, bro. Misha,
no, it's for myself. Like I do know that.
So don't create a fake narrative that you like the sound of it.
I'm not like I do like I have self like reflection. Like I can see what I'm like where I'm trending or whatever, and like I am grateful for it being like mentally straight about that. Because I know that I won't get that back. Because 15 years from now, whatever, like I can start and end like a multi-billion-dollar business if I wanted to, and where I can more guide my kids versus raise my kids.
I think that's right. I think that's right.
I think lately, because of you, again, like because of you, what's been kind of like satisfying my itch is like the social media stuff, because I can do that then at 8 or 9 o'clock online and like TikTok and all that stuff. So like that then gives me a little bit of gratification if, I do get a following, because that's like,
it's an action. It's action.
Getting big,
action. It's
like,
action. So listen, Misha, I am the byproduct of a father who I didn't see until I was 14. He slept in the same house as me. I didn't see him. Mm-hmm. And, in that scenario, what was your situation with your dad?
So when I was 8, my dad left to United States, lived here for 4 years
and then
to get us there, because it ain't cheap, especially back then. You have some debts that you have to settle.
We're two boys that had scenarios with fathers that weren't around, and we went 2 different directions. You were affected in a way where you're like, fuck that, I'm not going to have my kids feel that feeling, and you've gone deep. I loved it. Like, I loved it and loved my dad the most, and so I have enormous comfort in if I miss things, or if I'm working and I don't see things, or if I'm not home for dinner, that I'm okay with that. Mm-hmm. And guess what? Both are okay.
Yeah.
Your kids one day, ready? Let's talk about real life. One day your kids at 22 will look at you and be like, Dad, we're the luckiest in the world. You were always around. That's amazing. Or they may look at you and say, Dad, you were around too much. Like, I don't have drive or ambition, because even though you were saying things, you were home around all the time, and I got that from somewhere else. My kids are going to say, Dad, you showed me how to live. By living your passion, it's made me so happy, and all the good things we were doing in different times, I love that. Or they're going to say, Dad, you weren't around enough, and I resent you. Like, that's real talk. There's always 2 sides to every coin in life. What we need to do is do the best we can. We as parents, we as humans, we as children who have parents pressuring us to go to school and things of that nature, or get this certain job. All we can do, every one of us that's on here right now, all we can do is just do the best we can and make decisions, and then live with those decisions and not dwell on them. We will make mistakes. We will make right decisions. We do not control our kids' DNA. Some kids are naturally self-confident. Some are naturally insecure, regardless of how you parent them. There's a lot of things that we don't control, and we need to be at ease with that.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they were born healthy and everything, we're good, Like, 100%. So like, that's a massive.
There's people
part
that
of
have horrible relationships with their parents in the first 20 years because they're alcoholics, or embezzlement, or went to jail, or hit their mom, or ran away, or and then later reconcile. Don't be fear-based on the parenting side either. Because if you are, then you're gonna resent
doing that, right?
You're gonna resent your kids keeping you away from your true calling, and it's not their fault, it's yours, but that's how you're going to manifest it. That's what people do.
Yeah, that's true.
And then what I'm more worried about is that you would resent your loved ones that you're trying to look the part for, or you're trying to make a point to your dad, or things of that nature. This is important shit, brother. What I can tell you right now is you need to do what makes you happy, and you know the answer. You just might be scared of the answer. Or this was just what you needed to triple down on what's going on, which, by the way, there is no time machines to go back to your kids' dinners and reading books and soccer games and proms. And I think that's amazing. I love it. Makes me happy.
Yeah, I just want to have those life experiences for them and for myself, you know.
So then we won.
So part two of the, like, I'm sorry, this is dragging on, but like part two is like, then a generic question for everybody, I guess, is like, as a contractor, like, I want to go the best route. How do I go about like branding myself and kind of going about
producing content at scale? Filming every project from coast to coast, document it, get approval from the people's homes, you know, to share it, chop it up, put it on Pinterest and Instagram, Facebook and LinkedIn, Twitter, at scale, YouTube, podcast, content. Every one of us is a media. When the fuck is everyone going to understand we're all media companies, and the more we produce and the better we get at it, the more good stuff will happen? And I sit here for a fucking decade, say the same fucking shit 800 fucking thousand times over. It's the fucking answer.
It's so easy too. Like,
it's so easy. I just need you to take 4 to 5 p.m. to film that shit, because I still think no matter how young your kids are, 5:30 is a good starting point too.
Yeah.
Or 11:30. You know, like
I do have to get better at
that. Audit. Like,
that's why I think if I go niche but like small scale, then like the media stuff can then have more time to do. You know, because then you can kind of focus on almost like 2 companies where a media issue like situation and then like your actual business, especially contractors, man. You have so much content. Everything
unlimited.
You do. Unlimited. Like on TikTok, you'll get
testimonials at scale. You do a good project, the family lets you share the content, and then the last scene is them saying you were fucking awesome. That's why doing the right thing for customers is always right. It builds your brand.
Yeah, we're gonna try out the Zoom thing because my wife she does the design, so design build kind of Chip and Joanna game DS stuff.
Love it.
So like I think we're trying with today's situation again. I'm trying to get the positive out of it. Like, hey, what if we do Zoom meeting or live to help people? Like, hey, how do I start the bathroom?
I want to sneak one more in before I'm out. I love you, brother.
Yeah,
take care.
Man.
No,
appreciate it.
Nothing to be sorry about. Take care. Some are short, some are long. That was interesting. Bro.
What's up, dude?
What's up?
Thank you for squeezing me in. I've been waiting for this for a week.
I'm happy to have you on. Please keep your eyes on the road. I don't need some shit that fucking alters my life of guilt. So you on the road and you talk. All right.
Yeah. Listen, I wish I would have been able to post the picture that I had on my office a couple minutes ago, but I had to leave because of work. The picture said working into wine, because that's what I do.
I love it.
I sell wine. It would have been perfect right there. So you did your wine advertising, but, you know, time happens.
Good point. Everybody put it up here. Winetext.com. Put it up, Dustin, while I talk to Juan. Go ahead, Juan.
Yeah. So, listen, let me give you a little gamble of me. I'm Cuban, down here from Miami.
Mm-hmm.
I came from Cuba when I was 14, and from the age of 15 till 23, busted my ass with my dad into a telecommunications company. I was a geek for, well, it's a lab. And right around the time of my 30s, I had a baby, and life started switching around a little bit. And then I was like, you know what, I can't be in the office room anymore for 9 to 5, 9 till 10, 8 to 11, whatever the time required it to be. Me, with my dad and siblings, we pushed out our family business as much as we could and went through 2008 like nothing, and now we're still pushing forward. Now, one of the things I wanted to talk to you about was how do you move aside from the family business, which I know you did, obviously, and how do you keep a balance between what was working and what was not working? Because let me give you a little more details. Like, for example, all the time that we were working together, my dad had very good vision, which as a father now, I'm thinking of adopting it too. And that is that 2 heads think better than one. And 4 heads can push a cart faster than just 1 head.